Hi, everyone, and welcome to Groom House's Pink Table Talk. Today, we're doing quick critique. Here we are. We're going to do this. We're doing this. All right. The first little munchkin that I'm looking at is probably a Maltese, Pomeranian, Shih Tzu mix, something like that. And looking at the before picture, I was in really bad condition. Matted, lots of dirty hair. So I would say the groomer did a really good job taking all the hair off and making it easy for the dog because I would say the dog was kind of suffering with all that matting. And what I want to focus on real quick is feet and face, looking a little bit triangle to me. Try to make him a little rounder, even if the dog is shaved. So the best way to do it is first cut you make is in front of the nails. Second cut you make is behind the last pad. And then the 2x4 on the sides, but don't go too close to the pads on the sides. Once you make your 2x4 real quick, you can just round up the corners and you will have your round feet instead of triangle feet like I'm seeing right now. On the face, I don't think there was much you could do looking at the before picture, but I would probably, before the bath, when you're brushing out the face on this little dog, I would probably put baby powder all over that head and brush it in dirty and dry, and then wash it. What you would get after that is clean, separated, fluffed appearance of the coat, and it will definitely help you give the dog a better finish. Because right now I'm looking at a little bit of grease around the face. So in this case, the symmetry and the shape is great. The prep could be a little better with the help of baby powder. Hope that helps. Going forward. Tips on round face. This little dog is also a Maltese, I believe, and also a kennel cut. Everything short, nice round feet. That's cool. So here's a couple of tips that I usually give my students on the round face. If you shape 1, 2, 3, 4 half moons, talking about top of the head, cheeks, and bottom of the chin, you will end up with full moon. So think half moon on each dimension of the face that you're grooming. Okay, standard poodle, white standard poodle here. One of my very favorite dogs. And it's a nice lamb trim or sporting trim or whatever you guys want to call it. I do like the symmetry and the balance on the trim. It looks pretty balanced to me. What I would improve on this particular dog is prep is one. Does not look very fluffed out to me. So if you guys are doing especially white fluffy dog, which is general description of what I'm seeing here, you do need to focus on your prep a lot. So I see curly parts on top of the elbow, inside of the tuck up. I could even probably see a couple of tingles in the tuck up, even on the picture. So please get your prep done properly. The shape and everything I like. The side of the top knot, the corner of the eye and side of the top knot is a little too low and heavy. So scissor it closer to the cheek and your shaved part and a little bit higher. Your shaved line could be just a little higher and a little bit closer to the cheek and to the head. So you're looking for a general shape like this. When this face is already shaved, I usually take a comb, usually longer comb on the standard poodle, and put it flat on the cheek. Flat, no gaps between the cheek and the comb. And as your comb is going up, these are the sides, and that's the shape of your sides that you're looking for on a standard poodle top knot with full ears. All right, there's the standard poodle. One more little thing about the standard poodle. Top of the tail should be a little bit lower. Your poodle balance is acciput to tail, not top knot to tail. So the top knot should be a little bit higher than the top of the tail. All right, standard poodle is all done. Okay, a black English Cocker Spaniel, beautiful dog, and I think I know who this is. So we'll go over this trim. This trim looks like it is a show trim on an English Cocker. All the lines and all the balance and symmetry is pretty good. What I would improve on this trim is detail work. As I could see that the jacket on this dog is natural, which means hand-stripped carded jacket, I would work that top line a little more because I'm looking at the dog profile-wise and I see waves where you should have a nice solid line going into the tail, which on the English Cocker Spaniel is slightly sloping top line. They also allowed a little bit of a croup, which you could see right by the base of the tail. But to me, this is a little too much wave. So work the top line just a little more, hand stripping and carding. And also the top of the head, the skull. It looks like it's a little bit loaded with coat. Or on this picture, I can't see it that well in that much detail. But it could be the hair is too short and it's standing up like this on top of the skull and it doesn't look nice and flat and slick to me right now. Everything else I like. I like all the lines. I love the transition rib cage into the side coat. Beautiful. And if anybody is interested in this breed, that side wave on the side coat is preferable in this breed. It's really, really pretty when you see the wave. All right, next. Oh, my favorite, Kerry Blue Terrier. I see a couple of things that could definitely make a huge difference in this trim. One is the proper prep. Look at this, it's like a rhyme now. Proper prep. Oh, my favorite. Proper prep. Look at this. It's like a rhyme now. A proper prep on the Kerry Blue Terrier is curly wavy jacket, which includes neck, body, top body meaning top line, rib cage, shoulder, the front of the dog, the shoulder muscle, and the thigh muscle. That is your jacket. If you remember a miniature schnauzer, everybody knows miniature schnauzer. Remember that pattern on the miniature schnauzer? That's the pattern you have to leave curly and wavy. Legs and tail also. Legs and face have to be fluffed out and scissored and look straight. Right now I see everything is half-assed. I don't see enough curl or wave on the body, and I don't see enough fluff and scissor on the legs. The face though looks good. Also, the shape. I would take more hair off the front of the dog and a lot of hair more off in the buttocks. The butt looks like a Bichon, where it should look like a terrier. That rounded butt cheek should be toned down and have a little soft corner right on top of the pin bone and then go under. So everything that's under the pin bone should go nice and tight into the hock. And from what I can see, there's too much hair taken off the stifle. From what I can see in this picture, this could be wind. This could be the picture, but what I'm looking at is not enough stifle or knee hair. I like the clipper work is definitely in the right place. The shape of the head on the Kerry looks beautiful. And I love the way you placed your neck on top of the dog. That is a beautiful spot for the shoulder to start and go into the top line. All right, doodled a poodle. Wow. I don't think I heard that before. I like it though. I get it. The feet are shaped like a poodle, and I think it is a standard poodle with a doodle face. All right, so it's a nice pet trim if the owners of the dog don't like hair on their feet. And this is what I think happened here, that they get dirty and matted and they don't want that hair. Then you do your poodle feet and then full face looks like a doodle. I would tell you to watch your symmetry when it comes to face. Two sides of the face are not the same length is what I'm seeing. I do not think the ears are the same length also, but I can't be sure. This is what I think is happening from this picture. And another thing that I see that kind of catches my eye is I think this dog used to be in the Miami trim, which means Miami or clown or whatever, guys, the name you know for that trim. That means that the body is short, legs are short, and then there's pom-poms at the end of the legs. And the hair is long enough on the legs to even it out and balance it out into a tube leg, instead of me seeing a little bit of those pom-poms still in the front legs. So I would just scissor a nice column leg. There's enough length on those legs for that. All right, one more thing on this, if I may. Guys, those nails should be shorter. The dog is standing on the table, especially the left front, touching the table. So that means next week, those nails are gonna be grabbing the ground and it's not good for the dog. A Wheaten head, pet body. All right. So looks to me that this is a young dog. Looking at the coat, looks like a puppy coat to me. On the pet body, usually, I myself would do 3 lengths with the snap-on comb. I would do a number 2 on the shoulder and side of the neck. I would do a number 1 on top line and rear angulation, and I would go 1 longer, 0, or maybe 2 longer, A, on the sides, and then scissor the legs shorter than you would scissor a show dog, scissor or thinning shear. This coat would not look good if you use straight or curved shears. You're gonna be standing there for a long time trying to make it nice and smooth. Chunkers do not work well on this coat either. So I would do half of the body finishing work with scissors and finish it up with thinners or blenders on top of your clipper work. Wheaten head, it looks like a grown out, nicely done Wheaten head. I don't have much to say about this head because the ears are shaved correctly, approximately 2/3 on the bottom. You filled in the space behind the occiput very nicely. Between the ears, behind the occiput is what I meant. The eyes are open nicely. I mean, I like the head. It could be detailed a little more or finished a little more, but overall, it's a nice Wheaten head. Next, Lagotto head face. Okay, so if we talk about breed standard Lagotto romagnolo head and face, then I would not open the eyes this much. I would leave hair in front of, on top and in front of the eyes and the stop. Also, I would probably take down the top of the head to make it a little more flat and Cutting over the ear, I would probably not do either. I would do a nice transition from kind of a flattish head, soft and smooth into the ear. The bottom looks fine. So that would be my advice on a Lagotto head. And yes, this head should be curly like this. It should not be fluffed out. That thing is totally correct. All right, scissoring on head and the lines. It obviously is a curly coated dog. I don't know if it's a Doodle or a standard Poodle. From this picture and this haircut, I cannot really determine what breed it is, but it's a curly coated dog, that's for sure. In order for you to scissor finish beautifully, you have to do a nice prep. So I would fluff out more and comb out more, and once you have all the hair fluffed out, use your curved shears on top of the head. I would split the hair in half with my comb and kind of comb evenly to both sides and scissor on the sides and on the side from the back. Me being short with short arms, I really can't do much of this to scissor the top of the head into the round head. My shoulder gets tired. Dogs are usually too tall for me. So I really like scissoring it, splitting the head in half and doing it with curved shears side by side. Once you've done that and you comb the whole head up, you will see it's already even and round. All you have to do is trim a little bit of a mohawk in the middle of the head. Done. Bichon, little Bichon. I don't know whether I'm critiquing a pet trim or a show trim here, but I would talk about both a little bit on each. For a pet trim, this is a nice length. I like this length. The head is cute. The eyes are open. I would definitely pay attention to symmetry on this head. Left side of the dog is about, I would say, half an inch longer than the right side of the dog. Another suggestion, if you want the Bichon's head look nice and round, do not cut the ears that short. Those ears are too short. So when you look at the Bichon's head, whether it's a pet trim or a show trim, the ears should be invisible. Therefore, the length of the ear should go all the way down and match the length of the cheek. In my opinion, these ears are cut a little too short. Now, if we talk about a show trim on the Bichon, then the eyes are open too much, and the same thing, the ears are definitely too short. And overall lengths on this Bichon should be longer, about an inch on the body and twice longer on legs, approximately. So watch your symmetry here, very important. A little Doodle. It's a nice trim. I see a before picture, there's a lot of hair. And I'm sure you used a snap-on comb. The body and legs are fine for a Doodle. I have no problem with that, but I don't think the head matches the rest of the dog. I think it's a little out of balance. I think his head is too small for the length that you left on this dog. So I would just repeat this haircut and either leave more hair on the head and the face or cut the body and legs a little down so it's in balance. Symmetry seems to be fine. A little better prep, I could see curly on the side of the head. I could see even looks a little bit like a couple of tangles behind the ear. So check your prep. Otherwise, I commend you on this symmetry and balance on the body. Head to the body do not match. That's cute. Little black little dog. I think it's a Poodle with bows. I'm not sure what there's no questions. But what I would say is, in order for this face to look even cuter, take the chin completely off. Take your number 4 blade or number 5 blade, and against the grain, just get that chin off completely. If you're scared to go that short, trust me, it looks great with the 5 or 4. But, you know, if you're being conservative, take a number 2 snap-on comb and cut it right off. Just the chin. Then bring the sides of the mustache up. Scissor it up so it looks like half moon, chin, including the mustache. And then this is your starting point right here. And then scissor around the muzzle. Make it nice and round. That will give you more or less of an Asian kind of look, but it is gonna make this dog much cuter. Also, watch your symmetry. The right side of the head on this dog is longer than the left one. It might be a picture, but it looks to me that way. Also, on the pet groom, on the face like that, I would open the eyes on the outside of the corner a lot more. Right now, you can't see a full expression of this little dog. Once you take the corners on the outside out and open the eyes completely, it'll be a completely different expression. A Continental. Okay, so what I could say, a Continental haircut is a show trim for a poodle. It is very important to put everything in the right place. Lines, shaved lines, scissored lines, rosettes, bracelets do have to be in the perfect place balance-wise. What I can see on this haircut is the back bracelets are nice and the shaved line is in the right place. To me, the back bracelet is lacking hawk hair. I would like to see a little more hawk hair going backwards. The front bracelet is a little too low to me. So when your front bracelets are low and your bracelet as a whole looks round instead of oval, it makes the front legs look shorter than they actually are. So if you look at the whole outline of the dog right now, I can see the penis. His front legs look twice shorter than his back legs. Now, if you were to leave a little bit more hair on top of your bracelet and scissor it into an oval, and also scissor up the jacket a little more, the leg would gain some length and the whole dog would look in balance. Your rosettes are a little too big. They are in the right place. One thing I would do, maybe move them forward just a little bit. 1, to show off his tail set. 2, to eat up the space between the rosette and the jacket. Now, what happens if you leave too much space between your jacket and the rosette? It's gonna make your dog look longer in body. You will see once you move it forward, you're gonna have a more compact dog. And overall, the jacket is a little too low and too big. I would actually scissor the hair on top of the upper arm under the same angle your perfect upper arm should be, which is anywhere from 30 to 45 degrees. So scissor the upper arm up and round up the chest instead of having it flat like it is right now. And you will gain that 3D appearance of a poodle, and that balance will be much, much better. In the front, like I said, there's some symmetry issues. Again, the left side of the dog is much shorter than the right. The left side of the jacket is flat. The right side of the jacket is rounded. So if I were to choose my favorite side, it would be the right side of the dog. And in the rear, your shaved lines look pretty good to me on this picture. except the right rosette is much longer than the left rosette. So again, watch the symmetry. Move your lines just a little bit. You don't have to do much, just a little tweaking. And I think your Continental will be looking pretty good. Okay, a little too much space between the rosettes when I'm looking on top. A little, the space between rosettes should be about, on the miniature poodle, about the width of your index finger. I love Goldens. You know what? I'm looking at this dog and I'm loving those feet. Whoever did that Golden, great job on the feet. Those nice cat neat feet. I think there's too much hair taken off from the front fringe on the front leg. It looks like it goes up like that into a triangle where it should be hanging over the elbow all the way down to the last pad, and only on the bottom it's trimmed. And if it's too long, there's overabundance of hair, then you can trim the length, pull the leg forward to you, not too high, not too low, just the way the dog would move. Take your thinning shears and go up and down like this to take the length off. But by going this way, you're gonna leave the appearance pretty natural. And another thing I would do on this golden retriever is clean up the ears and top of the head a little bit. There's too much fuzz on top of the head and too much fuzz on the bottom of the leather of the ear. So 2/3, bottom 2/3 of the ear on the golden should be nice and flat and neat. And then there's, starting from 2/3 up, there should be a fill over the ear, so there's no indentation here between the head and the ear on the side. And then it goes over into slightly domed top of the head, and it should be nice and smooth. So what I'm seeing is a lot of fuzz standing up like that. I would probably take a carding knife, spend a few minutes carding with the coat on top of the head, and then you'll get that smooth appearance. And thank you very much. I hope I helped. And please send us pictures and questions. We'll be doing the pink table talk. If you enjoy this little session, there's a phone number. You can text your pictures to that phone number. Let us know what you feel about it and if you want to do it more, and we'll do it more. Bye.